This is Greg Lee, aka Tutu. For everybody know me from back in the day. Went to St. Martin de Porres from '92 to '96. I met Mayden at a workout through a word of a friend, and I came out to right by CVS. And when I first got there, I was like, "Oh, okay." Man, I was still young, and I brought granddad with me also. Got to do my workout. Like, oh, I like this. Learned a whole lot. And then my experience was actually a very good learning process. As far as learn how to steal bases, learn how to take up out the box. So that's why I chose to go with Mayden. Because he taught a whole lot. What had me be successful in my future as far as playing college baseball. So I played for Mayden in 1997. I was able to play in Puerto Rico, Kansas City, Battle Creek, Michigan, Florida with the AAU tournament. Most memorable one is always going to be the Puerto Rico trip. Always. I've been to Pittsburgh. I've been to Kansas City. I've been pretty much all everywhere. It was nothing but playing for Coach Mayden and this team. It was nothing but love. Nothing but love. The family that I picked up with teammates. And actually, we played against each other beforehand with the camaraderie. And majority of the players I played with Coach Mayden were players that I've known back from my past of growing up. But my new friends and families, I call them now, were playing with Coach Mayden. They've been nothing but family and friends to me. So that's the one thing I did love the most about playing with Coach Mayden is that family background. And when the time that granddad passed, my same family reached out to me and looked after me as a family member. That's the one thing I love that Coach Mayden taught us as a team, that we're one family first, then we're ball players next. The competition with playing with Coach Mayden on my level of intensity and how I played, it was easier sometimes, but challenging also to at times. But I had to learn to readjust my thought process. And I had many times where playing with Coach Mayden, I had to sit down on the bench a few times, and he sat back and talked to me. And that's when I really learned the game of baseball. And I turned my playing level up to a high level with learning the game of baseball first, compared to just going out to just playing the game of baseball. There's a huge difference between playing and learning and loving the game of baseball. Coach Mayden off the baseball field was a very interesting father figure / coach to me. I've always had granddad the whole time. Well, granddad and Coach Mayden teamed up together. Oh, that was a very experiencing thing with granddad and coach teaming up together. Well, my upbringing through Coach Mayden's program. But anytime I need to talk to Coach Mayden, he'll talk to me. I can call Coach Mayden on the phone at 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night. Oh, the road trips are very, very fun and interesting. From the funny stories of me and a couple of my other baseball brothers we can tell, but cannot be told somewhat, to some of the silly things we've done. But all the fun we had with traveling the road together, playing carpet, playing the PlayStation together, actually playing wiffle ball behind the hotel, or playing wiffle ball baseball with a home run fence at CVS Field. It was very, very fun and very interesting. I remember the trip when the bus broke down, and in the beginning, I did have one of my little jap out moments and one-off moments, but the family hood helped me to calm down. Because I'm a very structured person with my upbringing as far as military background, but it taught me to humble myself and understand that things can happen, but God always has a way to make things happen and push us through. With Coach Mayden, after 40 years of baseball, I remember that good time we had at the banquet where it was his birthday. And it was his birthday. And I was there to actually do the prayer for the banquet. And the understanding and the connection me and Coach Mayden had together, though, it was his birthday, so I got a chance to cut the slice of cake. And I shoved it all in his face. So that's how we knew we was family. And we had nothing but love for one another. And we sat back and we laughed all day long. I've met the mayor with Coach Mayden, was giving out T-shirts and talking to press conferences, everything. My whole experience with Coach Mayden has been one of the best learning and experiencing process ever in my life. And I never in my life take that time apart and rewind it backwards ever. One thing I want to say to Coach Mayden that I always want to say to him, thank you so much for being a friend to my grandfather, but also teaching the moral values of what family means. And that should be genuine, original family. And I really appreciate that and I love that. He taught the whole thing of family. We spent so much time together. We learned to be family. Through ups, downs, anything, going to war together. And the baseball game is really a war. Who's going to blink first? But at the end of the day, somebody has to win. But also, you go on a war with your family, not with people you just don't know. So that'd be my most memorable things I always remember. And also just hearing the general conversation between my grandfather and him together. Even when I left and went off to the service, they still kept in contact. They still stayed around one another, kept my grandfather still going while I was away. He took over my part of being around and being there for my grandfather when I couldn't. I'm very grateful to Coach Mayden to coming out and speak at my grandfather's homegoing service. And I know it was a very, very rough situation there, but he came out and showed nothing but support. And his eulogy he gave impressed us and very most heartfelt, which is very well needed, speaking to the family. Knowing that Granddad, Mayden, and I and the rest of the family spent so much time together, but also speaking to his wife who also understand how much, and also understood the connection that Coach Mayden had with Granddad, a.k.a. Old Nelly, had with the rest of his family, meaning his baseball family, meaning his kids he also raised also. And to hear the words he said and that he spoken made her feel so heartwarming and so felt that she was comfortable with the work that Old Nelly did, the work he did for Mayden, also for the rest of us. And that's the bona fide truth, though.